dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Countdown, levitate. Going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Yo, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Smile good, skin clear. This here my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play no games. All me, no blame. On the wave, my own wave. Can't stop my shine. In the lane, my own lane. Can't stop my grind. 40 yard in the V12 and like 1.5. At 19, I cleared 19 in a month, no lie. Oh God. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Yo, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees.
What's going on? What's up, everybody? I am Andre the Torch Robinson. What's going on? TV debut. We back in the building. It's Buffalo Bills edition of Rise Up Early. Of course, the fire starter in the building with my brother, my guy. You know who this is, man. I mean, he ain't got the mask on today, but nevertheless, mask on, mask off, whether he got sunglasses on or sunglasses off, he's here in the building. We at the Apollo Media Center. TV time, baby. It's my guy, Joe Monster. Like that.
You know, glasses on, glasses off, it don't matter. Torch, we're making our show debut on TV today. We're going to get it on and cracking for you guys. Now, podcasts are great, but the TV thing is a whole nother opportunity. It allows us freedoms to do a whole lot of other stuff we couldn't do on podcasts. We got live spots coming up on cable we're going to let you guys know about. We got rerun spots. We're going to do it here live. We got a lot of stuff cracking for you. We need to take this Bills Mafia to the next level, and that's what me and Torch going to bring to you guys starting today, starting right now.
So make sure y'all tune in every Saturday, 1:30 to 2:30. All right, we come in here, we get this thing set up here at the Apollo Media Center again. Make sure you go download the app. All right, you can watch this show right here in HD, high quality HD. If you go get the app, all right. So on the Google store, make sure you go to Apollo Media Center, download your app after the show. Right now, after the show, all right. Make sure you do that. Also, we got sponsors. I got to sponsor Daddy O's Pizza because they sponsor Rise Up Family and what we do here. You know what I mean? So Daddy O's Pizza, shout out to you. Thank you very much for your support and love over the years.
Daddy O's.
Now, with that Daddy O's position, you know the Bills have been in Daddy O position in the AFC East for the last 2 years. Now, they were 13 seconds from the AFC Championship game being played in Highmark Stadium. There's been a lot of off-season buzz. You know, football doesn't end when your season ends. It's a never-ending process, you know, even after January or February, or if you're some teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars, you sit down in the beginning of January and go play golfing. But not the Buffalo Bills. So Off season has been very, very interesting. A lot of talk. We are today going to get into free agents who should still be on the Bills team. Free agents that we may need to go pick up in the offseason. Some news, some headline news that's going on. So make sure you like and share, and make sure you comment and call in, all right? Our call line is 716-481-8249. So you are watching Buffalo Bills Edition to Rise Up Early with the monster and the fire starter, all right? You can't get more better than that. Now, let's get into it. Shout out to Alicia Martinez. Shout out to Josh McManus and everybody that's tuned in. Make sure you like and share, all right? Send this to your mamas, brothers, sisters, cousins, brothers, whatever the case may be.
All right, send the link to your grandmama. Get your grandmama on it. Grandmama's Love Monster. I'm your grandmama's favorite podcaster. I'm telling you right now.
That's right. Straight up now. Make sure you do that. And let's get right into it. Monster, should we start off with some news about the front office? Should we start off with Cole Beasley?
Let's start with the front. I just want to say, for those of you watching it on social media, there's a green screen. That's why it's green. So when you know what I'm saying, when it hits TV, we're going to get this changed up. Don't think we're sitting in a dumpster or nothing like that. We showed you the studio
Beautiful
videos.
Place.
Man, this place is top-notch quality. I'm privileged to be here, and it's going to be fun. But we're not here for that. We're here to talk Buffalo Bills. We're here to talk about the news that's going on in the front office. We're here to talk about static, Torch. We're here to talk about static in the front of the Bills organization.
That's a fact. It's a report that just came out. Josh Reed, shout out to Josh Reed, the media guy who covers the Buffalo Bills. He put out a stat that said he's talked to several coaches in the organization that says that there is some backlash or some, friction between the coaching staff and Sean McDermott. All right. How believable do you think that is? And where do you think, if you believe it, the static is coming from? So if you guys are on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, make sure you comment and again call in. But Monster,
Torch. All right, this is my thoughts on what I think's happening. Do I think they're static? Absolutely, I think they're static. You know why I think they're static? Because when you get to the top and you're this close to the ultimate prize in the NFL, if there's not alpha males competitiveness just flowing through your veins where you're arguing and you're battling points, then I don't want you on my team. You're not the coach I want. I want a little bit of friction. I want competitiveness. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want me to tell you why I should do what you want me to do and vice versa. Okay, so when you're that competitive, I expect a little bit of friction. That's what I want. That's why you see fights in training camp between players. What are they doing? They're competing. They're competing for a job. Okay, so when you get that level of competitiveness, I want a little bit of static. But remember, on our show, I also did tell you, though, if you remember, back when we had those few stretch of games where it's like, what is Daboll doing? And I said it then. I said it right then and there. Sean McDermott is the head coach. He calls the shots. So if the play calling doesn't make sense or seems watered down, that's where it comes from. He has the final say. So I would not be surprised at all if during those games, Daboll wanted to open it up and McDermott shut him down. So I can absolutely see the friction between them. And it's fine because that friction led us 13 seconds away from a Super Bowl. So let's keep the competitiveness. Let's beat that 13 seconds out next year and just keep the fires flowing. Like, if that's fine. You guys can have arguments. That's okay with me. Get competitive. Get competitive. That's what I want to see in my front office. That's what I want to see in my coaches. I want to see you guys make a game plan and passionately go at it. Because if there's no friction, there's no passion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing a podcast, you got your finger in your nose, and you're like, the Bills are 12. That's not passion. Get off my TV. I don't want to see that. I want to see passion. I want to see somebody who wants to do their job to the utmost top level, and I'm okay with that. So
that's a fact.
God bless Brian Daboll. I met Brian Daboll, you know that. God bless Brian Daboll. Great guy. I call him on the phone a lot during the games, but great guy. Wish him nothing but the best in New York. I think he's going to do a fantastic job.
All right. With that being said, I'm totally in agreement. And by the way, you heard what he said, man. Getting the fire going. You got to have some fire desire in your locker room. For those, I'm going to be honest with you. For those that's on social media right now thinking that there's no way that this could be going on, you are absolutely out of your mind. If you know what the Bills have been through in the last 20 years, 17 years in a row, not making the playoffs, to finally make the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. And then last year, you're in the AFC championship game. This year, you're 13 seconds away from the AFC championship game because you played the same team twice, which was the Kansas City Chiefs. And you don't think there's a little friction in there? You don't think that maybe, some some coaches think that maybe you should have ran the ball more, or maybe you should have played not played prevent defense in those last seconds of the game, those last 13 seconds of the game.
How do you give them 30 yards off the snap on that play? That still comes. We have the number one defense in the NFL. Let them play defense.
That's
like, what are you backing them off for?
Right.
You got Travis Kelce. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got Tyreek Hill. You got weapons. You got McCall Hardman. You got weapons. You give these guys 30 yards off the line. Like, we're the best defense in the NFL. Leave them in their face. Let them hit them at the line of scrimmage. Okay. And I saw that play, and as soon as that play lined up, I looked at my son and I said, this is going to be bad. And that's exactly what happened.
Aggressive nature and aggressive play calling, things of that nature, especially here's the thing that I think a lot of people have an issue with, and it's critical moments in games where it matters most. I think Sean McDermott and them have had problems executing, i.e. the Tennessee game, or i.e. The Jaguars game that they should have won, taking care of business when you should have took care of business, things of that nature. And then Kansas City twice, obviously. But those have been crucial, critical moments. Even in the Tampa Bay game, picking which side of the field you're going to defend, against the win or with the win. Those things all mattered and have all contributed to 13 seconds left, and you're playing prevent defense, and you're the number one total defense in the league, and you should be knocking Travis Kelce off the line, and you should be knocking Tyreek's little 5'9", 200-pound self out of bounds before the play even gets started. I don't care if you take a penalty, but get aggressive. You know what I mean?
Do me a favor. Stop calling Tyreek Hill the cheetah, okay? Because real cheetahs are a lot bigger and faster than him. He's a baby cheetah. Like, he's not the size of a real cheetah. Cheetahs are huge. Tyreek Hill's not that guy.
Right. So, those things matter. So if you don't think that there's friction by any chance, any stretch of the imagination, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. Media folks and people who work in organizations are people too. They have feelings too. They feel just like you do when you're watching the TV screen and that devastation happens to your team, especially as it pertains to the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia culture, all right? So let's stop all that talking about, oh, no, it can't happen. Yeah, yes, it can. It can, because just like I'm a person, Monster's a person, they're people too, okay? Now, with that being said.
The difference is me and Torch are cool and a lot of people are stupid.
Whoa. Call it how you see it. A spade is a spade, right? But nevertheless, we want to thank y'all again for tuning in, man, to the Buffalo Bills edition of Rise Up Early. By the way, there will be a new name for this show going on the television screen, but we're going to use this one for now. But for all those that's watching, right? This is the pilot.
We live on TV, Apollo Theater. Come on, baby, we live.
We lighten this up.
Let's go.
The thing up, But I want to shout out Christy as well. Preach, amen. They all on here happy and laughing, and that's what we want to see. You know what I mean? This is the first time me and Monster doing a TV show, but we've done shows for over a year and a half now. We've done shows.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. All right. So, you're going to get this and more every time you watch this show. Saturdays, once again, between 1:30 and 2:30. Make sure you keep your eyes tuned in, glued in to social media, Facebook, YouTube.
The Apollo Media Center app. Make sure you download the Apollo Media Center app. Go get that app.
Get that.
That's your direct. You don't ever have to tell yourself, well, Torch, when is Torch and Monster show? I don't know if Torch's Monster show.
Right, you never have to worry about that.
You go on the app and boom, there's his face, there's my face, there's the show. You're rewarded for downloading the app and you get quality entertainment at the same time. That's a win-win for everybody involved.
Absolutely. Now that we got the smoke out of the way a little bit, we got to get some fire. We'll put some fire. Call line is right there, as you can see, 716-481-8249, okay? All right?
For all you that wanted to be on TV, call the line. You'll end up on the show.
Bang!
Unless you say something like a ding-dong, then we're going to edit you out.
Right.
Because we're on TV, we can edit stuff. Dre, we can edit stuff. We're on TV now. We can edit stuff.
We
don't like your call, we take it out.
We take it out.
But you guys always have great calls, so make sure you bang the line. We're going to continue on. What's next on the menu? Torch.
Cole Beasley has been granted a trade. Permission to seek trade. Did we already know this?
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
No. And for all those who don't understand, okay, they can let Cole Beasley walk for nothing. But what they're doing is they're giving Cole Beasley a chance to kind of choose where he wants to go. And that's respect from the organization.
Great respect.
They're letting him seek out a trade to where he wants to go, as opposed to hitting the free agency. And that's actually kind of cool if Cole Beasley agrees to it, because the Bills will get something back, as opposed to letting Beasley walk and we get jack squat. So we're able to trade Beasley. We can get a little piece back. So that's Beasley's way of kind of giving back to us, as well as ours giving to Beasley by letting him request a trade. I love Cole Beasley. Everybody knows it. I'm going to miss Cole Beasley. You know what I'm saying? Little Cole Beasley.
A little cold business.
I'm going to miss him, but it's a cap casualty. He was going to be a cap casualty, okay? For what he makes and what he contributes, I thank him for being here. If he doesn't return, I wish Cole Beasley nothing but the best. But we simply have too much. You know what I mean? We got Gabe Davis. We got to get in there more snaps. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be on the field more, okay? The playoffs proved it. He spent all year just building up to that game, and then he just balled out. You can't keep that guy on the sidelines anymore. You still got, you know what I mean? You still got McKenzie. We got a lot of weapons. So it's going to be sad to see Cole Beasley leave, but it's a business. And I think on both sides, the way they're handling it, they're both showing each other respect by the route they're taking. And I appreciate that in the organization, and I appreciate that from the player Cole Beasley. So I'll miss Cole Beasley, but you know what I'm saying? He'll always be a little Bills Mafia at the heart from me.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. We got Lily Coleman in here. Dalton Smith, got Conrad Cushman in the house. Live Life Once. What's up, SNB? Saturday Night Buffalo in the house. Ryan Hill is in the house. Dominic Fox Hill is in the house too. They are giving you a lot of love on here. They agree with the Monster Man. You make great points, Monster. Was the Bills staff more loyal to Brian Daboll than Sean McDermott? Ooh, interesting.
I think, see, with me, when it comes down to talking to head coaches, I don't really. People gauge loyalty in different ways. Okay. Now, as a head coach, what your responsibility is telling people what the hell to do. Now, some people may not like to be told what to do. Some people might not like what you tell them to do. So that may be a little bit of the respect thing. But as far as loyalty goes, it's a paycheck. That's why these coaches jump ship from team to team when they get better opportunities. It's a business. It's a money opportunity. It's a paycheck. You're trying to get yourself involved in the best position possible that you can be in, which is an NFL head coach. So I don't think loyalty comes into play. I mean, if you're going to piss a guy off, you're going to piss a guy off. So what? Like I said earlier in the show, that's what I want in my coaches. I want them to battle. I want them to come up with the best game plan and figure it out. You know what I mean? Slam them in a room together. Hey, here's a case of beer. You guys get in the room, shut the door. You guys figure this out and come out when you're finished, because I'm done dealing with it. You know what I mean? But as far as loyalty goes, if you want loyalty, buy a dog. This is a business. So they're going to be loyal to the next biggest check. They're going to do the best they can, and then they're going to go seek the next opportunity, which is the way the business works. So as far as loyalty goes, I don't really weigh too much in on the loyalty factor to it. To me, it's a business. It's paychecks. These guys take the opportunity, and they take the best one they can for their family when it comes up. So, you know what I mean? Take that for what it's worth. But that's my take on what I think, loyalty and all that stuff means in the NFL and in professional sports.
Man, you couldn't have said it no better, Monster, right here. Listen, once again, you are watching the Buffalo Bills edition of Rise Up Early. Make sure you like and share. Tune in. All right, tell your mamas, brothers, sisters, cousins. Come on, we need support. We want the support. We appreciate the support. And also, bang my line, 716.
Let's go.
481-8249. Don't be afraid because it's TV. You bang my line on the podcast. Right. So bang my line on the TV, man. We want to hear your voice right here live as we are at the Apollo Media Center right now. Now, we got another question right here from Christy. Say, how likely so you think we're going to keep McKenzie? He needs to stay. Interesting.
It depends on the number. It depends on if we can afford it. If it makes sense financially to keep McKenzie. Like I said, McKenzie's a good player. Good player. He's got real nice skin, real good-looking guy. I met him a couple of times. He's really small. He's like really small. Good guy nevertheless. But again, it's got to be the right price. Okay? You got Gabe Davis. Okay? You got Stephon Diggs. Like, you have weapons. Okay? The emergence of Dawson Knox last year. Let's talk about the stupid Gronk stuff after this. Can we?
Yes, right. Absolutely.
So it's gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to, does the number make sense to keep him here, or does he have a better opportunity? Can he go to a different team and be their number two? Again, another position higher than the one you're in. That's what professional sports is. The athletes and the coaches always look for the next spot. So if we can keep McKenzie at a number that's good for us and it's good for him, I'm all with McKenzie staying here. But if it comes down to another cap casualty and he can seek a little more money elsewhere and maybe have a little better role in the offense, I'm okay with that too. again, I understand these guys. You know what I'm saying? From a fan standpoint, yeah, it sucks sometimes to lose these guys. But again, I understand it. It's business. I want what's best for Isaiah McKenzie, and I want what's best for the Bills. So if we can keep him at a number, awesome. If we can't, again, like Cole Beasley, wish him the best.
Absolutely. Great answer to that monster as well.
All right. Sorry, Torch, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to get right into it because it's irritating. All you people that think we're going to sign Gronk, shut up. Honestly, shut up.
Thank you.
Like, hey, I don't want him here.
Thank you. Nobody wants him here.
I don't want him here. And with that being said, you can go back through all my podcasts over the last 4 or 5 years when I've been dumping all over Brady. And I even made a commercial mocking Gronk, the Tide Pod commercial.
Yes, you
it was
did.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right. I loved Gronk. That was the only part of the Patriots I liked was Gronk. Okay, because Gronk's a big, dumb frat boy. I like Gronk. Gronk just has fun. I like Gronk.
Williamsville North guy.
Yep. Now, you get to this point in his career, and you don't get a full season out of him. His cap number is tremendous. Okay, so who are you going to not sign to bring Gronk in? Are you going to take those snaps away from an emerging Dawson Knox who's trying to grow and is just starting his career to excel? You're going to put him on the sidelines for Gronk? Why? You want Brady's leftovers? I don't want Brady's leftovers. Okay, the number doesn't make sense. The guy's old. He's not healthy. Don't take snaps away from Dawson Knox. So all you people out there that are on the Gronk train, go run yourself into a wall face first. Because it's a ridiculous thing to think that you want him here or that he's going to come here and make a difference. It would be detrimental to our football team financially and to the development of Dawson Knox going forward. So throw the Gronk stuff out the window. Ridiculous.
Oh, also another thing too, why you mentioned Gronk. Also, he's not one of the top 5 trending players right now in free agency either. I could tell you what the 5 trending players are right now, and those 5 players are someone that I asked a question on social media about. Number 1 is Amari Cooper. Number 2 is Zeke Elliott. 3 is Cole Beasley. 4 is Tyreek Hill. 5 is Devontae Adams. So those are the 5 top trending players right now. That's in free agency trending at the moment. Gronk is not trending.
Could hit free agents.
That could, right? Because some of those players could sign to their own teams.
I expect a couple of them to resign.
Which Tyreek Hill is one of them. Aaron Rodgers, if he keeps Devontae, probably will sign with Green Bay again too.
That's another guy I'm tired of. The whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Just go away. Like, you're irritating to me.
Right. Now, Amari Cooper, as it concerns Amari Cooper, whatever. I asked on social media, do you think the Bills should target them just to see the responses from people? You know, if you ask a question, people think that there's some, you believe it?
You know something?
Believe it? You know that?
You know something?
Right. No. So I just wanted to know. I wanted to see, you know, if you're stupid enough to believe that we're going to go get Amari Cooper. There's no way we're getting Amari Cooper in my opinion, but I like to hear from other people too, because, you know, it makes it fun. All right. That's the business of sports talk. So nevertheless, Cole Beasley, as it pertains to Cole Beasley is still one of the better slot receivers in the league, but for his age and what you're going to get in production and what you're seeing from Little Dirty, Isaiah McKenzie, who Monster has met, who, you know, we've had conversation with, it's time to get these younger guys more snaps and develop them more as players. Cole Beasley has done a lot in his career. All right. So is it time to get rid of Cole Beasley? Yes. Do I want Cole Beasley to go? No, obviously not, because I think he still can contribute on an NFL football team. I just don't think it will be the Bills one. And then on top of that, let's also mention the fact that you guys didn't like his stance either. So that's another thing. I mean, when you play for Bills Mafia, you don't want to run people out of Buffalo. And I think some people took that way too far. And I think that it also gave Cole Beasley the mindset that he's not liked here, which we shouldn't have been doing that anyway. That's just my opinion. Okay. With that being said, I also do think that Cole Beasley will go somewhere and produce. And I hope that the Bills get something for him in return that will impact the team as it's needed. All right. Gronk and Kelsey is the same age, said Marcus Betts. Shout out to Marcus Betts. You know, he knows a lot about the Dallas organization as well, being from El Paso. Shout out to Josh Bailey that's tuned in right now as well. Yuri Burrows is tuned in too.
Yeah, but when you're talking Gronk and you're talking Kelsey, you're talking 2 different animals. Regardless of age, you're talking 2 different animals.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Kelsey, I'd take at the drop of a dime and sit Dawson knocks down. Gronk's not that guy. You're not that guy, Gronk. You're not that guy, pal. So I don't want him here. And you say Cooper and Zeke could be free agents? Damn, Marcus, you're shedding like what, $60 million off the cap or something ridiculous with those? How you feel about those boys going? Because your boys ain't doing much with them.
You know they want to sign Gallup. They want to sign Gallup to a multi-year big extension. So I guess
Dallas is a fire.
That's what, right. Here comes the
wreck.
fire. And with the train wreck that is in free agency, that comes with free agency.
I know a lot of train wrecks that are bad.
Well, yeah. Don't we both? With that being said, the train wreck in free agency. We got to talk about some guys that are on the Bills docket right now as it pertains to are they going to stay or are they not?
Should I stay or should I go now?
Should you? I mean, is it yay or nay? Do we rush them back to the team or flush them? All right. Make sure in the comment section right now. This is the time. Call. Bang my line. 716-481-8249. Yay or nay? Rush or flush? Put it in the comment section or call because we want to hear your voice, right? Let's start off with the fact that Jerry Hughes is on the docket at 33 and a half years of age.
Bye. I'm sorry. I love Jerry Hughes, but it's just you're at that point in your career where we got to plug somebody else in that spot and start to develop them. Because when you go, and let's be honest, Jerry Hughes is one of the best prolific pass rushers in the league. Now, when I say that, you're like, Master, he doesn't. Okay, pass rusher. I didn't say sacks. I didn't say anything. He creates pressure. He always has. Okay, Jerry Hughes always creates pressure. But it's time to bring somebody else in there. It's time. At that age, his cap number, it's time to bring somebody else in there. You got to find somebody else to go. Like you have the Josh Allen playing with Allen and Diggs and everybody, and they're on the same level, so to speak, as far as career-wise goes. They're all around the same age. It's at the point where you got to start taking these pieces out. We did it with Bruce Smith. It was hard to see Bruce Smith go.
Hard to see him go.
Like these lads, Thurman Thomas in a Dolphins uniform.
Oh,
I want to jump out a window. Like, where's Thurman? But it's at the point in these careers, and no disrespect to any of those. I'm not trying to put him on the same level as Jerry on the same level or what have you. But he's one of the Buffalo greats.
Oh, who was the linebacker that we had that went to Washington? He was Buffalo, phenomenal linebacker.
The Baker Fletcher guy.
Yeah. London Fletcher. Yeah, London Fletcher.
Okay, the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame and Ray Lewis is ridiculous. Look up London Fletcher's stats side by side with Ray Lewis. He has better stats than Ray Lewis.
Wow. That's just a fun fact for those who do not know.
I'm not only entertained, I teach you. Write that down. Put a pin in it. But yeah.
I got you.
But Jerry Hughes, in the most respectful, loving Bills Mafia way, you flush.
All right. Now, put it in the comment section. Come on, rush or flush. But I'm hearing Rob said Hughes hasn't done much lately. Said bye-bye Hughes and bye-bye Addison. I understand that. I can tell you why. Real simple. Monster alluded to it. Obviously, age. But he got $10.75 million last year. And does anybody know what Jerry Hughes' market value is right now? Do you know what Jerry Hughes' market value is?
I do not, Torch.
Well, guess what? His market value right now is 2 years, $6 million. His market value, if you put it together, is $3 million. So don't you think the Bills would cut him or let him go? Because you're not paying Jerry Hughes $10.75 when your calculated market value right here is at 2 years, $6.6 million, which is the average 3.3.
It's too much.
And your NFL DE rank for that market value at your age is 42nd in the league.
Yeah, it's too much.
Okay.
You're paying a guy too much cash at that position. You got to save some of that coin and let Jerry go. Like, as fans, you got to understand, like, we got to let these guys go. People cried when Stevie Johnson left. It's like, yes, fan favorites, people you love, but at some point they have to go. For the sake of them and for the sake of our team, they have to go.
All right, talking about a free agent, we got a question from Christy. Outside of Bills players currently on the team, there has been some talk about giving up a first rounder for DK Metcalf. Christy, you know my take on it. We talked about it, by the way. I don't just talk on shows. I actually talk to people who support the shows outside of shows. Okay, we're not the corporate snobs who only talk in front of a camera and we don't really want to talk to you. We're the guys who will talk to you. You know, most of the time, 24/7.
Say hello. I got people say hello to me all the time. I had a guy in Wegmans. I'm buying. I think I was buying like minute rice or something. My lady wanted. She put on a shopping list. Guy's like, oh, shit, Monster. I was like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Oh, good to see you, buddy. And he just kept walking.
Absolutely.
Just say hello to people. I'm the most approachable guy in the world, unless you do it sideways, and then you're going to have a problem. But other than that, say hello. Torch is friendly. I'm friendly. Right. Everybody who met me, friendly. Say hello. Hi, Monster. Hey, buddy.
Just imagine a fire starter and a monster in the same place when you get to acting up. Woo! That's not going to be good for you.
You get your butt whooped.
You get whooped. All right. Now, with that being said,
big boys. Big boys.
Yeah, pretty big dudes. Monster. We got Mookie Hawkins on. What's up, Mook? Power 96.5. Wuffo Sports. Make sure you support Wuffo Sports, man. Monday, Wednesday, and Sundays too, man. Mondays 10 o'clock, Wednesdays 10 o'clock, Sundays 6 p.m. We talk all types of sports. We talk Buffalo Bills. We talk NBA. We talk all that good stuff. Make sure, and we might even get Mookie Hawkins on the show. Maybe we could get him down here too. Maybe we could get him on the call line too a couple of times. But nevertheless, we are talking about free agents.
I got one thing to say about Mookie Hawkins. You know what it is?
Goated.
Woo!
Absolutely.
Bill Marvin and Ric Flair in the building.
Shout out to my guy Mookie Hawkins, who is at the NFL Combine, giving you exclusive information. And matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to Mookie Hawkins later on down the week and see if we can play some of these videos right here on the Access page, on the Access channel. We're gonna make sure we gotta plug our guys who help us and mold us into who we are. So let's get to it though. But as far as molding and putting things together, we gotta mold out some of these guys who gonna stay.
Who's next?
Or who's gonna go. The next person would be Mario Addison. And
his price? What's his price next year, Torch?
His price this year was 10.1. 10.1.
No, this year's over. That check's already written. What's the check we're writing next year?
We ain't writing no check because he's flush to me. Why are we writing him a check? Are we really writing him a check?
Hold on. We skipped. I'm sorry. We skipped. You were going to talk about Metcalf, and then Mookie showed up.
Right. Mookie showed up. Oh, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we get into Metcalf, too, I just want to say right now, his average is currently, he averaged 7.5 in 2017 through 2019. 2020, 21, 10.15 sign-in bonus. So $15 million all together.
Next year?
No way.
Oh, hell no.
No,
hell no.
No way.
No Mario Addison. Oh, hell no. You don't pay no Mario Addison $15 million.
No way.
I'd rather pay Jerry Hughes $10 million. You ain't pay no Mario Addison no $15 million for what he produced. No way. You flush him. I'll flush Mario Addison. Matter of fact, I'll call Mario Addison right now and get him down here and flush him. Now, not for that price again. You got to remember, when Josh Allen's contract kicks in like the next 4 or 5 years, he's going to be making a ton of coin on our salary cap. So this is the years we need to build for that right now. Not when Josh hits the salary cap and Diggs wants more. No, we need to build for that now. Okay?
Right
so
now.
Cole Beasley may be a cap casualty for 4 years down the line, so we have space to do what we got to do with the contracts that we're definitely going to keep. You know what I'm saying? So Mario Addison, yeah, that's a lot of cash, man. Like, you're going to have to just go to Jacksonville. It's nice. There's no snow. Trevor Lawrence seems like a good kid. He's got nice hair. Looks like he likes to surf. Trevor Lawrence can teach you how to surf in Jacksonville, Mario Addison. Because at that price, we're not keeping you here in Buffalo. And if we keep you here in Buffalo for that price.
You giving him the Marcel Darius treatment, sitting in Jacksonville?
Man, I hated Marcel Darius.
Don't make me laugh.
Man, I hate him. I see. That's a story where I see Marcel Darius in a restaurant. I see Marcel Darius in a restaurant one time when he first got here, and this dude was just like, I never seen somebody eat. He ate like they were going to take it away from him. Like, he was just, I'm just watching this guy like, oh my God. So he went from Mr. Big Stuff to Mr. Big Gut, and then we shipped him to Jacksonville. I didn't like him at all. I didn't like we signed him. He was one of those stereotypical guys. You signed a contract, and now you're lazy and you don't want to work because it's hard to be motivated with $30 million in the bank.
Right.
And we're not going to let Mario Addison get $30 million from RB Love Buffalo Bills. So because his number is so high, We got to hit the flush button on it. We got flush on it. We got flush on it.
Well, we got somebody to clean up all this flushing that we doing. We're going to need a plumber for this. But, none other than plumber. You can get somebody, to substitute for the plumber, and that's Butler, a certain Butler. I mean, Vernon Butler, maybe. Can he clean up?
You calling the Butler for the cleanup.
You can call in the Butler?
You calling the Butler for the cleanup.
All right, so Vernon Butler, does he stay? I mean, he's young, 27.7.
I would keep Vernon Butler one more year. Again, if the price is right, I'd keep Vernon Butler one more year. Because if we're getting rid of Hughes, we're getting rid of Addison, we're getting rid of a lot of our players. Like, we're gonna have to have people to actually play the football games. Like, we're gonna have to have people on the field. They require it.
You paying Vernon Butler $7.5 million? Unless you want to restructure. You want to restructure, or you want to keep him?
Who signs these contracts?
Did we talk about organizational moves?
Oh my God, bro! Like, who decided that Addison was okay at that price? Like, who decided it? Like, Big Baller Bean? Buddy. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to start cutting. That's a lot of money on 3 players that are basically non-difference makers. Those people don't make a difference in the game. They're in for very few plays. Okay, I can't really say that about Jerry Hughes, but I'm going to say that about Jerry Hughes anyway because I don't care. It's my show. We're on TV, Torch. We're on TV. We're on TV here at the Apollo. Let's go.
Right. So you can say now what you want to say.
But for that much money, for those 3 people, no. Make moves. Well, Monster, you haven't said re-sign anybody yet. Yeah, because I haven't got anybody I want to re-sign yet.
I'm right along with you.
Simple. That's how that works. When you bring me somebody that I say is an asset that we could get at a good price and keep around, we'll get there. And I know there's some on the list.
Well, guess what? We're 0 for 4 right now, folks. 0 for 4. We're flushing everything. I swear to God. I mean, call in a plumber now. If you got a plumbing service, maybe that want to sponsor the show, get them over here. Right. Come on. Have them call us, all right? Nevertheless, we got Emmanuel Sanders. Uh-oh.
I would keep Sanders. Are
you saying that just so you don't have to million.
We back on
social media. Sorry about that, folks.
Sorry about that, Facebook. Sorry about that.
Now, tell me.
At $5 million, we keep Harry. At $5 million, we keep Harry. Harry's earned it. All right. And with that being said, he tore his ACL. All right. So I know he worked his ass off to get back. I know Harrison worked his ass off to get back. I know personally that he busted his ass to get back to Bills Mafia and get back on that field. And like I said last year, come on, you gonna pay Mario Addison that much money, but you can't give Dirty Harry $5 million? Man, you cut Harrison Phillips the check for $5 million and you keep him around because I think he's just hitting his stride now. And I don't want to get put in a headlock, like I said. If I say flush Harrison, he's gonna I mean, I don't want that smoke. Harrison's huge.
Harrison, he said he wanted the smoke. He said he wanted it. He told me before the show.
I told him at the Jeffrey Beatty Invitational Bocce tournament that I did with him when he cheated at bocce to win. Oh, Harrison Phillips cheated. Wow. Some guy on the other team had to go to the bathroom, so Harry steps in and tosses like 3 points right in the row. And I'm looking at him like, hey, this is for money. I'm like, get out of here. You're a ringer. Like, this is your event. You can't be cheating us. Needless to say, we got eliminated in that round of the bocce tournament, and I have a big disdain for Harrison Phillips, which I did tell him last time I interviewed him that he cheats and that I have a disdain for him, and he did not care. He simply put his arm around me and said, follow me on social media.
Nice guy he is.
Which I appreciate him plugging my social media.
I don't know how nice he's going to be when he hear you on television on the Apollo Media Center channel and on the app right now that you should go download right now.
Go download the Apollo Media Center app. Let's go. I'll arm wrestle Harry on the show for a charity.
That you over here talking about him cheating and stuff like he a New England
He did.
country.
He cheated at bocce.
Oh, boy. Harrison, I just want to let you know now, I am the fire starter, but I do not have nothing to do with that smoke. I'm lying.
I'm not scared.
I'm for all the smoke.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Come on,
Harrison.
Come on, Harry.
Harrison, man, you could come down here on the show one time. One time for the one time. Come down here in the hood.
I'm just kidding, Paul. If his mom and dad are watching, I'm just kidding. I love Harry. I don't want no smoke with Harry. They're on the phone right now. Like, yeah, you should hear the stuff Monster's saying about you on the show. Yeah, jump a plane, come back here and pop his forehead open. No, I love Harry, but yes, Harrison should stay at $5.4 million. That's my final. I should have a gavel.
Yeah.
Man, we should have had a gavel. Boom.
That's okay.
Don't worry. This is only the pilot episode. We got lots of stuff. There's a nice plant over there. I want to work into the background because I like nice foliage and stuff. Show them the plant, Dre. Like, look at that plant. That's a beautiful plant. Like, I want that plant on the desk like right here.
No, dude.
No? All right.
No, hold on.
No?
It's about as soft as Brian Dable's head when it comes to plant calling. You don't want this. You don't want that.
We got to get better foliage.
Dre
just dropped it. He just broke it.
I dropped it. It was broken anyway. It was broken anyway. All right. With that being said,
we've been here an hour. They're already about to kick us out.
Yo, listen. This is actually 45 minutes into the show, and this is our first one. So we want you to like and share. We're having a lot of fun with this, of course. We got a bunch more coming. All right.
We posted videos earlier when we were here. You can check out the sound room. You can check out all the equipment. You know what I'm saying?
My guy Mookie Hawkins said Beasley will save $6.1 million. Shout out to King Richens from Built in Buffalo.
You missed it. I said let Beasley go. Let Beasley go. Like, let him go. Let Beasley go for that price. Like, let him go.
Let him walk.
We got other weapons we can plug in there. Other guys can take those snaps. I love Cole Beasley, but business-wise, you got to go elsewhere, buddy. Like, sorry, it's business. We love you. But again, like I said, it's respect. Bills are going to trade him and get something back for him. So that's respect on both sides, him and the organization, to work that out when he could just walk a free agency and Bills get nothing for him. So shout out to the Bees for that, Cole Beasley. We live here at the Apollo filming a TV show, baby. Let's go.
That's right. Now, with that being said, we believe in excellence here. We do our excellent job of giving you sports coverage, sports talk, and, the up-to-date, up-to-the-minute, news on what's going on with Bills Mafia and other avenues. If you watch any of our other shows, make sure you tune into our Facebooks, tune into our YouTube channels. Monster will plug that at the end. But what we don't do is Mitchell Chabubu.
I can't shrug my shoulders any higher than that, Dre. I'm going to fall. right?
We don't do Mitchell Trubisky.
He's a backup quarterback. Like, he's a backup. Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Oh, until Josh gets hurt. Yeah, then we'll deal with it when it happens. See, I'm a lot like the great comedian Bernie Mac. You remember the great comedian Bernie Mac?
Absolutely.
Bernie Mac said something in the Kings of Comedy that always stuck with me. And I live my life by this. Now, you may say, Monster, why do you model part of your life after a part of a comedy show? Because Bernie Mac was a genius, and this made sense to me. And Bernie Mac said this: I don't believe in shit until shit happens.
Ooh.
Period.
There you go.
Period. So that's what it is. I don't believe it until it happens. So miss me with all that what if. Okay, well, what if the Bills are out there and the Goodyear blimp crashes into the stadium and kills 60 people? Oh, that's not realistic. Okay, but it could happen. Just like Josh could get hurt. I don't believe in stuff until stuff happens. Mitch Trubisky, with the talent pool in the NFL, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, except for the top maybe 6-7 quarterbacks in the league, the rest of them suck. The rest of them are mid-grade. Like, you know, win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Like, no, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Like there's a lot of mediocre quarterbacks. There's a lot of teams that have terrible situations at quarterback that I think Mitchell Trubisky could step in and do a good job. I think he could step in and do a good job on some of these teams. He could be a valuable starter and be an improvement. Look at Washington. Let him go to the Commanders. That's what they're called, right? The Commanders?
Yeah, the Commanders.
Let him go to the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? Let Mitchell Trubisky quarterback the Commanders. He'd make them immediately better. Who's their quarterback right now?
Tyler Heineke.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't know about that now. But I will say this.
You don't think Mitch is better than Heineke?
I mean, I think Heineke has more upside for who he is. I mean, Heineke is not a bad quarterback. Not a bad quarterback. But Mitchell, I mean, he's one of the 5 winningest quarterbacks in the last 5 years by winning percentage standards. You know, 62.5% is number 5. 25 wins out of 38 starts is interesting enough. But you mentioned Bernie Mac, and I have to say, you ain't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. Nothing at all. You do is spin records. All you do. In the case of Bernie, all you do is spin records. Now, Blue, you better get up there. You better get up there. Mitchell Trubisky, you better get up there. Better get up there and actually do something. Wherever you go, you better go do something. All right?
You better know where that lines are from. You better know the movie. You ain't a player if you don't know those lines.
You definitely ain't a player if you don't know those lines. But nevertheless, we talking about these free agency players.
Who's next on the flush or rush menu? We got 5 flushes and 1 rush.
Well, guess what? Matt Hart said he said Matt Hart might be gone. Klein could be used. Could be as well. Ooh, what? Okay, so AJ Klein, we
all right.
Okay. That, you know what, we gotta table that one. I gotta table that one because we got more players to talk about. We gotta table that one because
I can figure out ways with free agents and who we have to get around to AJ Klein.
Right, and then we're gonna talk about the format and how we do defensive schemes if we start talking about AJ Klein. We ain't got enough time for that. We got like 10 minutes left.
It's the first episode, Mookie. Come here with all the stuff.
Right, he comes in here with the phenomenal sports talk, obviously giving you some gems and hints and winks.
On to the next one. We're not going to do all these guys. When we get to the bottom, we'll fly through them fairly quick.
You sound like Jay-Z right now. On to the next one. Maybe we should have played that.
I got a million ways to get it.
Million ways to get it. I should have played that in the background. But nevertheless, we got to talk about Levi Wallace.
No, the reason why I laugh, all right, whenever somebody says the name Wallace, I think of, you remember Charlie Murphy in the Chappelle Show?
Of course.
They did the one skit where they were smoking the fake herb.
Yeah.
And he's like, Rasheed Wallace. So every time I hear the name Wallace, I see Charlie Murphy going, Wallace. So it just makes me laugh. What's the cap number? I'm here with Levi. I'm kind of on Levi Wallace.
Well, you know, Levi only made $1.7 million last year. Here's my issue, and I'll bring some premise to this story. Would you just sign Saran Neal?
Would I?
No. What did the Bills sign Saran Neal? 3 years,
like
$9 million.
$9 million. So, all right, $3 million a year.
You're paying them $3 million a year, right? Then what did you sign to Ron Johnson?
And like 4, 5?
4 or 5,
wasn't it?
How about you put 2 4s up?
What?
8.
We signed Ron Johnson for $8 million?
Yes, you did. Look, see this reaction right here. Now I'm going to tell you why, and everybody knows it. Okay,
I'm not the 12-month fan. I'm not. I love my Bills, but at 44, I don't invest in following the draft and getting in depth and doing research on them. I don't care. I don't care who we draft. When I care, and I've told Torch this before, is when you're on the field and you make a play and I go, oh, snap, who's that guy? Make me learn your name. I'm not going to do all that. I don't follow a lot of the offseason moves because I don't care yet. I start caring around the draft, and then we start doing it. So I was aware we re-signed him. I wasn't privy to the details, but is that market value? I mean, is that league value? Like, I don't understand some of these contracts that they're paying these guys, especially for the production. Like, what are you looking at? Oh, I gotta put my Jay-Z Ray-Bans on.
This is my answer to the Levi Wallace. To the Levi Wallace right here. All right. Yes, it's on to the next, folks. It's definitely on to the next one. You want to know why it's on to the next one? Because if I'm Levi Wallace's agent, and me and myself, Mookie Hawkins, have had this conversation, shout out to the coach, by the way, in Power 96.5. I'm his agent. We ain't talking unless you paying me 10 bands.
Bye.
You paid Teron 8 to play nickel. You paid Saran 3 to come off the bench.
Yeah, but they both better at their positions than he is.
Ooh.
They play better at what they're doing. For what they're doing, he plays a better nickel than Levi plays corner. So let's be honest.
So let me add some more premise to this. Did you know that in 2018, and we'll start there. 2018, Levi Wallace had the 5th highest PFF grade for quarter.
I don't care about PFF. I really don't.
So do you know what his PFF grade was last year? 65.2 at his position, which he gave up.
65 is failing, right?
Pretty much. He gave up 60%. I think it's like 58. It was 47 completions out of 81 attempts thrown at him, which is like a 60%.
That's terrible.
Yeah, which is a 60.
If you were a goalie in the NHL, you wouldn't be in the NHL. If you let that many shots in, like, that's ridiculous.
It's a 60% completion rate when you go at Levi Wallace. I get it. Trey White was injured,
and that's what's scary.
Levi.
And that's what's scary with Trey White injured and Levi out there. We still were 13 seconds away from the Super Bowl.
Right,
we were still 13 seconds away from the Super Bowl without him.
Still 13.
So Trey gonna come back, and but yeah, I think Josh. You know what I mean? We did the Josh Norman thing for a second. That's a stopgap. We put a little Band-Aid on it. Again, Levi Wallace, we can flush him. I'm not paying that much. That's ridiculous. But Levi Wallace, that much. Pay me that much money. I'm not fast, but I could trip a mother lover every once in a while. I mean, cost 15 yards, but I'm not going to get burned for the touchdown.
Right. Absolutely. So that's interesting right there. I think Levi Wallace is a definite no. Gotta flush him. You're not paying him that much. Do you now go on the draft, or do you get another free agent?
It depends. It depends. If you see a guy that you can develop in the draft, that's definitely the route to go. Because to me, certain free agent signings after a certain age are just stopgap signings. You know what I mean? You're not developing a 28-year-old free agent that you just signed. Like, he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're past that point. So if we delve into free agency or maybe even a trade and bring somebody younger in that they see that we can groom, great. But as far as signing somebody in free agency, if they're over that threshold of being developmental, then I don't want them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody else's corner for 2-3 years, and then we're on to the next one, and it's another problem we have to address, or we have to, you know what I mean? I want these guys to develop people, get them on rookie deals, keep them here while they're cheap, and let's get after it. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No question. And speaking of getting on to it, you might as well get on to the fact that we still have to talk about Isaiah McKenzie, someone who was getting paid 1.1 last year. What should his number look like this year? And if you sign him or not?
If we don't make any more moves, if we don't bring in anybody, if Beasley leaves, we don't bring in anybody, maybe draft a rook or what have you, and he's still here, I think 3.5 to 4 is a fair price. I would be okay with 3.5 to 4 for maybe 3 years. 2.5 to, you know what I mean? that cap number is acceptable for what he's going to produce. Because let's be honest, he's not going to get a ton of targets with the weapons we already have. So you already know the production's not going to be through the roof. When he touches the ball, he has that's his exciting part. He can take it to the house every time he touches it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the high end to him. But the low end to him is that he's not going to get a lot of touches with the other weapons we have on this team. And we need to take that into consideration when we come up with a number that we find plausible to sign him to keep him.
Okay, awesome. With that being said, we have been talking about Buffalo Bills free agents that's formed the team. For the last couple minutes, let's talk about a couple people that we've heard in news that maybe the Buffalo Bills should go get.
Rumor mill. Round up the rumor mill. All right, rumor mill. We're going to hit the rumor mill. Don't forget, if you hear, call in. Call in. The lines are open. Nobody's called. You'd rather watch than talk to us? They don't like us like that, Torch? Like, what the problem is?
They like us.
What the problem is?
What the
problem is? No, TV. You're making us look bad on TV. You know what I'm saying? Making us look bad on TV.
Man, this line got to bang. All right, we need that. We need the support. And again, shout out to everybody who's tuned in and has supported. Sean Stevens, what's good? I see you.
It is our fault though, because we didn't promote the show at all. We just kind of showed up here and just went with it.
We haven't.
Like it's Saturday. It's Saturday afternoon. You know, it's Saturday. People out with their family. You at Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? Your wife taking you to the Home Depot. You got to buy mini blinds and stuff. You know what I mean?
You got to do housework,
right? You got to buy mulch and stuff like that because you know what I'm saying. Spring's coming. You got to buy mulch. So everybody's doing their Saturday thing. They don't know we're here because if they did, obviously they'd be watching.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, honey, I can't go to Depot torching a monster on TV. I hurt my leg. I got to do something else.
But we need you guys to put it out there that we are here every Saturday. All right. Every Saturday, 1:30 to 2:30, you will get this show right here. Me and the Monster, the Firestarter and the Monster, will be in the Apollo Media Center. Make sure you, again, download the Apollo Media app, all right? So you can see this in high definition, all right? HD when you watch it, all right?
Don't download in high definition because I get uglier as the screen gets crystal. You don't need no high quality. Leave me alone. Don't download no HD quality. Don't download no HD quality. I don't need all that pressure on my looks. You know what I'm saying, Torch? I'm a handsome man to start with.
Oh, see, there we go.
There it is. I don't need the added pressure, all right? You got me choked up. I don't need the pressure. But make sure you download the app. We're going to be here. And the best thing about the app is that unlike the live shows and unlike you can watch it whenever you feel like it. We'll be there. Watch it in your free time. You know what I'm saying? You're not obligated to catch us live anymore. You can watch us live or you can know that it's in there. It's on the app. You can watch us anytime you want. Oh, my wife's going shoe shopping. I got 30 minutes. Let me sit down and crank out some Torch and the Monster. You know what I mean? That's the freedom you have with the app. So make sure you download the Apollo Media Center app. Get your Torch and your Monster on demand whenever you want it. It could be 3 a.m. You can't sleep. I want to hear Monster yell at people. Bam, there I am on your phone. So make sure you download it, get it set up, and show your love. And we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, talking about showing love, should we show these two players love before we go? The first one is Cordell Patterson.
Ooh, now you hit me in my feelings. You got me right here in my feelings. Patterson is a beast, all right? And considering what we've watched the last 2 years with Moss and the Singletary experiment, which I still call it the Singletary experiment, because he's not a speed back and he's not a power back. Nope. He's just a bad back. Ooh, he's a chiropractor. I don't know. But to plug somebody like him into this lineup, man, at the right price, I would even pay a little bit. I would overpay a little bit. Not much, but I would love to bring that weapon in. Cordell is nasty. I would love to bring him in here and just have him just run the rock for us. It would take so much pressure off Josh in the passing game. We got to have somebody produce. Oh, Singletary turned it on. The last 3 weeks of the year? Dude's been here, 3 years? I turned it on in the last – no, I don't want that. I don't want that. We got to move on from Singletary. Again, Singletary was an experiment that failed. He's a stopgap guy. We still don't know what Zach Moss is. We still don't know what Zach Moss is. We've seen flashes of him, but we don't know what his role is on this team. Okay, but bringing somebody like Patterson in would solidify it. You're the third down back. Get us a yard and a half or net. Get off the field. Go stand over there. We got somebody better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I would pay for him. He would be exciting. I'll be honest though. I don't like the uniform number thing. Go back to normal. All right, I don't want to see a cornerback wearing 7 or a running back wearing 84. Like, I've watched the NFL too long. That's stupid to me. Like, make an exception here and there. I don't mind that receivers wore like 11 and 19. That's fine. But, you know what I mean? Soon you're going to have defensive linemen wearing 4. Like, you know, it's going to look stupid. Like, it's just the organization of the NFL is always associated by jersey numbers. You know,
it's going to look like college.
Yeah, it's gonna look stupid.
Oh, we got a caller real quick. Hold on, let's see what the caller has to say. Caller, you're on the line. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, look who it is! Woo! My guy, the legendary Coach Mookie Hawkins, Power 96.5 in the house, live from Indianapolis at the NFL Combine, showing us some love. Mook, what's up?
It's good, man. Just wrapping things up here in Indy. You know what I mean? I guess they say the best for last with having the DBs out there. Spoke with Roger McCleary from Auburn, Kyer Elam from Florida, Trent McDuffie from Washington, Kyler Gordon from Washington, all of whom have met with the Bills. I did speak with Matt Araiza, punter, who won the Ray Guy Award for the nation's top punter. He has spoken with the Bills, so that leads me to believe, how things are going to be shaping out, come free agency. And so, I'm having a blast, though. I'm having a blast getting to meet all the next and new up-and-coming prospects and rising stars of, this particular class.
All right, well, real quick, before we go, I asked one question from you, and I know we're going to get more. We're going to get exclusive. We're going to bring Mookie. We're going to get the coach down here to the Apollo Medias in our promise. We're going to get him down here for a show. Definitely, we got to. Who are you hung on right now? Like, from what you've seen, like, is there a guy that you would just be like, yo, Buffalo, get him now?
Who are you targeting? Who would be your number one pick, Mook?
It's going to vary because at pick 25, you don't know if that guy will be available. So at that point, if you're not trading that pick, you want the best available guy. That could be anywhere from Jordan Davis to Kyer Elam or Jameson Williams. All the receivers, the Bills have met with Chris Olave. The Bills have met with Jameson Williams. The Bills have met with Jahan Dotson. So they have met with a plethora of guys, even for the running backs, but we probably won't start thinking about a running back anywhere between the 3rd and 4th round. There'll still be some good quality depth pieces, come from running back. But at 25, those would be my guys. The Bills definitely need to fix what's up in front, and if Jordan Davis is available, you're going to see that sticking in faster than your eyes can blink.
So with that being said, and what have you, do you think with the pick being at that spot, Mookie, and the value assigned to that pick for what it's worth, do you think the Bills will use that to trade for more picks? Or again, like that ridiculous rumor, do we go out and trade that for a player or a piece that we could use right now? I'm not saying Metcalf because that's a pipe dream for a 25th pick, but something like along those lines. Do we reinvest that pick in the draft? Do we pick that pick, or do we trade for a player that we can use now for that pick?
Well, you can always use a player for now at that pick. I don't think the Bills will necessarily trade back unless they know that their guy that they're coveted will still be there. So I think either they're going to use that pick and take the best available player they can. If DK Metcalf services is available at 25, we actually already had that discussion. I will pull the trigger on DK Metcalf at 25. And, but I think the Bills will hold and just take the best available player. Knowing being they're going to take the best available player at that point because you never can tell, in the end of the first round, you never can tell who's going to be available there for you. So I'm quite sure it's a few guys that's going to be on that board, and I'll have more insight leading up to the draft come April. But free agency is definitely going to let you know. It's going to kind of pinpoint things or what the Bills are going to look for in that pick 25 after free agency. Free agency comes next week. We all see Cole Beasley getting. He's been asked to go ahead and seek a trade, and we all know what leads to that. When you don't make the trade happen, normally a guy is released, and that's pretty much going to be the deal with Cole Beasley. But if that is the case, we'd like to salute Cole Beasley because without him, Josh Allen would not be able to be the quarterback that he is now. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. If Cole Beasley works to be released.
All facts.
All love from our side on Cole Beasley. I said the
Absolutely.
same thing, similar. Thank you for what you did being in the organization. You were a huge help in development in the years you were here. But unfortunately, it's a business, and if he has to go elsewhere, I think he can still contribute and produce and bring the same vibe he brought here to help out a younger quarterback. Maybe he lands somewhere where there's a Trevor Lawrence or a Justin Fields or somebody else that he can help develop into what, Josh has become. Will they become Josh? Who knows? But he can certainly help a young quarterback develop as a safety blanket.
Yeah, he probably end up at the Giants' worst case scenario if he's released. I mean, obviously the familiarity with Dable and Shane there, they might give him a little bit more dollars than what the next team is offering because of that. Who knows? But free agency, like I said, we're going to see how the Bills shape and reshape this roster because between Mitch Morse, John Feliciano, and Daryl Williams, that we're talking $25 million that's being dispersed this year alone with those three guys.
Absolutely.
Right now, the Bills are shopping for interior. There's a plethora of those two. I spoke with them. I spoke with Cam Jurgens from Nebraska, the center. He ran well in the 40 at 4.89 seconds. Also, we spoke to a few interior guys like Zion Johnson. I think he made a lot of money. I don't think he's going to be available come second round. I think he might go late first round. Logan Bruss. So there's some guys that's going to be available on that inside, and we know that the Bills are definitely looking for center to guard action. On the free agency, the reason why I say the Bills are interested in the punter and Matt Reza, because Matthew Hack is due to make $1.25 million this year, especially, in big games where the Bills need to punt the ball at all. So why are we paying a punter $1.2 million, especially if we're not going to punt? I'd rather, revamp that into a rookie deal, get another, just draft a punter. That way, that'll take the cap number down, and the punter will be in this rookie deal. In the next 4 years, we don't have to worry about that. So that's why I say the Bills could be in the services of drafting a punter, free up that cap space, and, might be an upgrade, actually, depending on how Matt Hack has struggled as of late in the season. AJ Klein could be a potential cap casualty because he's owed $8 million this year to be our third linebacker, and sometimes you're not in the game. That's a lot of money to be paying, a linebacker who's not starting. So either he's going to restructure that deal or he's going to be obviously released and probably brought back at a lower number. The biggest one in me is Mitch Morse at $11 million. That's the head scratch, right? And asked him to restructure, and he already restructured the deal last season. So, he's kind of like, Bills are kind of like in a bind with that. Do you release him? Do you extend him to make that number go down? What do you do with Daryl Williams? Do you cut him and do you restructure? And then Feliciano. So, they got to free up some money somewhere. I think it might start with Stephon Diggs extension because if they extend Diggs, that's going to free up $7 million as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Come tomorrow, Monday, when basically that period begins on the Bills trying to shake things up to prepare for free agency on the 14th.
Awesome.
It's going to be interesting. A lot of moves to come. We appreciate the coach calling in and showing us love and spreading his knowledge with us as always. You're going to take us to the draft, you said, right, Mook?
Oh, I'll be in Vegas now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there.
No, so you said you was going to take us with you, right?
When I apply for the credentials, I'll put y'all on the list.
My man. Tell him that I'm your emotional support bodyguard. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, hook it up, Mook. I know you got connections.
Well, this just in. St. John's Fisher is open again, so the Bills will be having training camp this year up in Rochester.
Good. I miss St. John Fisher.
So, I know the fans are really excited about that. Back at St. John Fisher for one more year. They only did a 1-year deal. But, nevertheless, it'll be back up there one more time. So it'll be pretty good to get back up there.
Good. Anybody who's ever been out there knows that that's the campus environment, the college environment, the fans,
Absolutely.
The way it's set up is just
Great.
St. John. It sucks it's so far, but
Yeah.
I'd rather drive to that than have it here in Buffalo like they had it last year in the stadium, in the field house, and just be just nothing.
Yeah, you don't really get a good chance to
Yeah.
interact with the players, as you did at St. John's Fisher. So I
Absolutely.
kind of like St. John's.
Yeah.
It's not the same environment whatsoever at all in the least. But with that being said, you heard right here from the coach, the legendary coach, Mookie Hawkins in the building. Yeah, man, we gotta talk to after the show, Mook. And by the way, I need all of your support again in everything that's positive in 2022. All right. You have been watching the Buffalo Bills edition of Rise Up Early here at the Apollo Media Center. The fire starter, the monster, obviously, Joe Monster McDowell. And on the line, the legendary, once again, Mookie Hawkins from Power 96.5. You know what to do. Tomorrow is a big show on Sunday at 6 p.m. Waffle Sports will be on the air, Power 96.5, Mixed Hit 80, the station of power. Make sure you support and tap into that power page too. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta start using y'all Google Play for stuff like this, positive stuff like this. I know y'all got all that TikTok and all that stuff on there, but come on, man, use it for stuff that's powerful. Station of Power, Power 96.5, the Apollo Media Center stuff. Make sure you put those on your phone as well. All right.
They're giving big opportunities to people like us.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? Much love, much respect. Apollo Media Center. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out Power. Make sure you check out their show tomorrow, 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to the commissioner who just tuned in too. Shout out to you, Jason Cannon. All right. With that being said, this is day one. I feel like this is almost like the combine training camp.
It's over already? It's over already?
Yeah, man. It's already on, and yes. With that being said, on to the next one. The fire starter.
Hold on, man. We gotta do something cool. It's the first episode. Like, we gotta throw our hats in the air like we graduated.
Oh, okay. Graduation time, baby.
Woo! On to the next one.
On to the next one. Bills Mafia show. Y'all know what it is. Let's go. Stay tuned.
We're gonna feel this shit.